here's some strategic planning ideas on how you can prepare for your next toss and fetch competition. Try to remember that if it's the spring, your dog may not be in physical condition, so you need to make sure maybe you should cross-train your dog and get your dog working up to whatever time frame that toss and fetch is. 90 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes. Make sure that you're working your dog up to that time format. Also, make sure that you are working for that format's field. Maybe the field is set up in a soccer field format. Maybe the field is set up in a odd shape. Make sure that if there's a challenge zone or if there are different zones that you need to hit, that you can actually hit those targets and work your dog up to finding the disc and tracking it into those zones. Those are very important training tips to make sure that you can become successful at your toss and fetch game, working up to your game day. Now, it is very important to understand when you're training and how your strategy works, that because the formats are different, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 2-minute formats, that the 60-second format is a race format and there's no room for a single mistake. And typically you want to throw a whole bunch of 30-yarders and get those 30-yard catches in to score the highest. So your strategic plan for a 90-second competition in toss and fetch would be slightly different. Any dog can go there and back 40 yards 7 times in 90 seconds. So you want to utilize that even though most competitions take the best 5. You want to utilize it as if every single throw counts. Now, if you're training for a competition and it's longer than 90 seconds, you want to make sure that you train your dog a little bit longer than you normally would compete. And that actually goes for each type of competition. I like to train a little bit longer than they have to compete on that day. Dogs actually can count up to about 8 to keep track of their puppies. So they learn, time's done, they lay down on the field. So that's what you don't want your dog to do. You want to build up a little more stamina. You want to make sure that your dog understands. You go until I say, we're done. So that's important to remember. Always add a couple more throws in there. Vary that up a little bit for your dog. If they're a smart dog because they're chasing a disc already, we know they are, they can count.